Pickaxe.
Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On
Carvana.
pickup fees may apply.
Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked Gentleman. I have two very important questions for you. Are you ready to rock?
Give it to me.
Yes. Give it to me.
Importantly, are you ready to roll?
Give it to
Show
me now.
it to me.
It has been a bit since we have played and since we've released a Frontier-specific episode.
I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait.
Bug Boy's back, baby.
The Bug Boy's back. All right. New year, new bugs.
You guys are currently investigating the theft of settlement funds, which has been sort of thrust upon the former mayor, so to speak, of Dura Sancta. She has been accused of embezzling the funds. You spoke with her, and it seems pretty obvious that she did not do it because you have found evidence that Julian Sterling, the son of Lionel Sterling, the man who hired you in the first place, seems to have access to mind-controlling speakers of some sort, using his sister's special gift known as the Siren Song, which can influence people's emotions and actions by the simple act of speaking. You guys were able to sort of locate where a broadcast was broadcasting some of said music or said instructions from. When you went to investigate it, you found technically four people, but one attempted to get away. You sent Lacey after him to sort of hopefully apprehend him, and the two of you went into what you dubbed the Calamity Cave, which lived up to its name, as a fight broke out between you and three of Julian's henchmen who were setting up some sort of operation within the cave. Unfortunately, during the fight, everything kind of got destroyed by a raging fire that got set. However, Vlyn was able to rescue a computer that you guys were able to stop whatever process was happening, and a couple files and papers and stuff from the fire, or from the fire and the wreckage of the cave, which is now still burning behind you. Kill, or at least dispatch, the henchmen who turned into mist and disappeared. But as you escaped the cave, Lacey arrived with the fourth fleeing member, Drago, and has now tossed him to your feet, ready for interrogation.
Now, two turned to smoke, one ran away, and then he's here, right?
I believe the dog just ran away.
And I'm like scorched and semi-naked. I believe I'm.
Yes, you are. You guys, I think, are both in pretty bad shape. But you specifically, I believe, did say that you were mostly naked.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just weaving like these. I assume they're almost like maple leaves, but they're huge. Like the nuts, they're quite big. So I'm weaving they're like strandy, like little. What are they called? Like the stem. I'm weaving little like leaf stems.
What are you doing with the leaves?
Yeah, what are you doing with these leaf stems?
I'm weaving them into like a little like kilt so that, you know, my modesty is preserved.
Okay. Your modesty has been, well, actually give me a roll. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Flit, this is not the time for arts and crafts.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You're not doing a very good job. Like you instead of wrapping just a leaf around your waist like a towel, you've decided to like pull just the stems of the leaf. You're like making like almost like a grass skirt.
Vlyn, don't watch me while I weave.
Okay, like I did take arts and crafts at the community center. If you need a hand, we did a class on weaving.
Lacey looks at the two of you and goes, "What the hell is happening?" Guys,
his modesty.
nobody cares, I don't think.
Wait, in a cool way or in a mean way?
We have bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, no terrorist attack potentially happening. Lots of people dying. We have a hard drive and a criminal we have to interrogate.
We probably stopped it, but what we should stop is maybe the shuttle that's coming for Dinestra. Could you make a little call, Lacey? Because I feel like we still got time on that, right?
Could you guys give me perception checks?
I'd say 16.
Perception for me is also a 16.
As you guys are bickering over this like grass skirt and stuff,
Kilt.
you don't notice, but Drago has begun to like slip away, and he's like slowly just inching his way, and Lacey grabs him by the collar and like tugs him back in between sort of like the three of you, so he's sitting in the middle. Now where do you think you're going? And Drago looks up at you, and he looks like a completely normal dude. All the other
I have my money on it being Paul, man.
all the other three, or like the other henchmen, all sort of had like a distinct physical characteristic. This dude just looks like a guy.
So, are you like a merman? Are you
Yes.
a merman?
Careful, Lacey. They seem to be all quite bestial and freaky. Not that being undead makes you freaky, but these ones were. It's more of a personality than
zombie,
your makeup.
necromancer, and a werewolf.
Yes.
So what? Are you merman?
One was like a dead space
water?
zombie guy.
Yeah. What's your bit?
his eyes are like wide saucers, just sort of like
he's a
looking around.
were-owl. Get down. He could who?
You could see he's sweating. He's got sort of like a 5 o'clock shadow. He's got kind of like light thinning hair. He's a very medium frame. You can tell he's probably not like all that in shape. And he's just like looking around. He's just like, I have no idea what's going on here, guys. I swear to God, I saw my...
Your name is Drago. That's a bad guy name.
You see him like crumple to the ground, and he just goes, I can't help it. That's what my parents named me. And every time I apply for a job, everyone just assumes I'm this just like big tough guy, but I'm not. I'm just a guy.
You can change your name. There are legal avenues to do that.
Do you know how hard that is?
Or just use a nickname.
We're scared of hard work, are we? Is that why you became a villain? By the way, before we move on with this interrogation, Lacey, did you hear me about calling Dinestra off or calling the shuttle and making sure everything's good? Can we like put a stay on that? Because that's today, and it would really suck if we blew this case wide open only to get back and she's gone.
You know her shuttle is meant to leave the same day as the Noise Cave opening.
Is that not today?
So we
then?
have time.
No, it's the next day. The Noise Cave opens tomorrow.
That battle just felt like it took 24 hours, but it did not. It was
didn't?
just like, it was like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Back to it. Villain, lazy villain. Vlyn here is going to kill you like he killed your friends, and then we'll see if you answer our questions.
Wait, hold on. You guys killed those 3 guys?
Yeah, well, they turn into dust or smoke. Do you turn to smoke if I kill you?
Well,
no. I just die, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's find out.
This is getting out of control.
Yeah, Lacey is like, guys, I know I said I'd look the other way for some stuff, but
yeah, no.
We can't threaten to kill this man.
No, Lacey, adrenaline is high. Life or death situation. We're just running at 100 miles a minute right now.
Actually, it turns out the Charter of Laws hasn't been updated for this planet. So we're actually legally able to dismember and torture this man for information whenever we want.
That's not true.
That's
I'm
not
winking.
True. That's
with my eye, like I'm turned my face so that only one eye is visible for him, and I'm winking furiously.
Lacey is just shaking her head. She says, still have a job, guys. I still work for a strain.
You're allowed lie. That's the whole thing police and security do. So just lie, and then he'll talk, and then we won't have to dismember him. But you've ruined it.
Flitwick!
What?
Tone it down. We're turn down the beats per minute or whatever music talk is. Okay, let's just slow her down.
You play music, Vlyn.
I play a guitar. It's out of the soul. It's a different vibe. I sit down in front of Drago. I like cross-legged, just like, all right, bud.
He does it too.
I want to believe that you're not involved with this, and I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty easy to convince. But all we're going to need is some evidence as to what was happening here and who's involved in the happenings. I'm sure you want this to be over, and if you help us out, you'll get away with maybe some community time.
Okay, I mean, just what do you want to know? I'll tell you anything I do know.
Everything you know from start to finish. Give us the spark notes.
Okay, cool. I was applying. I wanted to come to Dura Sancta. Didn't have a whole lot going on back where I'm from. So I figured, hey, why not start a new life? So I put in my application. Obviously, not a whole lot going for me on the application. I don't really have any special skills.
That's rude.
We can tell.
In your
you
story,
don't need to.
no self-deprecation.
It's obvious,
okay?
Vlyn. Look at him.
Everyone has something to offer, Flit.
I appreciate the pep talk, but like I understand that what's happening here is kind of important, and you do need people who can build or code or whatever, right? Like I understand that. I don't really have that. I'm just kind of a guy.
He can't even run away properly, Vlyn.
Okay, Flit. Well, let the man finish his tale, and then you can do some quips, okay?
I applied, and then all of a sudden I got a call saying that like I was approved, which was great. And I was put on a shuttle with the 3 other guys, and I was brought in. And when I was brought in, there was another guy. He went by the name of Mr. Casey, and said that I would be in charge of sort of like shipping and receiving. So we picked up some stuff, we moved some stuff, we brought some stuff over here, we brought some stuff over there. We set up this cave here. I just thought we were setting up like communications outposts.
Oh.
Like that's what we did here.
Yes, normal communications in Spooky Cave.
Yeah, then you were attacked by a bat.
Actually, great interjection, Vlyn.
Yeah.
Bat. Tell me about the bat.
I it's just like the thing that kind of runs around the woods. Mr. Casey was really interested in how the music affected it.
And you played music with the recordings of the voice to the bat?
I mean, we didn't play it to the bat. I think the bat just kind of heard.
Oh, no. Cleo is the girl.
Yes, I think yes.
Who? What?
Keep
Nothing.
going.
Continue. Yeah.
The interlude is done. Back to the story. You're useless, and then you were dumb. Continue.
Okay, Flit, your deprecation is not helping the story. This is not helpful.
Should I be nice to the villain, Vlyn? Would that help?
You could be medium at something, or
He's
neutral.
already medium enough for all of us.
God,
He's
right,
nodding. He says, well, so we while we were setting up the cave, we realized that the tunnels kind of like went further back, and we were worried that perhaps we had stumbled upon the bat's lair. So we collapsed the tunnels, but I assume that music still and sound and vibration still kind of carries through. Just because we blocked the tunnel doesn't mean that it didn't hear it. So I think that we ended up kind of making just this kind of sucks, but like a noise cave.
God. Now, did that term come pre or post you actually making the noise cave? And by you, I mean J. Casey.
I don't know. That's just kind of like what we started calling it when we were setting things up out here.
Second interlude. The speakers. What you're transmitting. Do you know what you're transmitting and doing here?
Yeah, music. I don't know.
And do you know what the music does?
I'm going to roll a sense motive.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20 sense motive.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, like with a nat 20, I'm going to tell you right now, you get the sense that Drago literally thought he was setting up a communications outpost out here. It's pretty apparent that what was actually happening, he didn't really know. They kind of kept him in the dark.
Okay.
Vlyn,
You didn't find it weird that your friends were killed by a bat and then came back to life?
you were also bonked by a bat.
I was unconscious when that happened. Unfortunately, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, honestly,
I didn't know
makes
anyone
sense.
died.
Yeah.
Who
But
died?
Didn't he?
No.
He had a whole hole in his chest just a minute ago, and
Yeah.
you were in the cave with them, and you didn't notice?
Yeah, look, I thought it was weird, but
Vlyn! He's
Flit,
stupid enough that he
I
believes
know,
all of the
Flit,
things he's saying.
there's so many crazy things out there, guys. Have you
He
not?
didn't have hole, now he has hole. You're doing illicit cave collapsing and music. Oh, okay. Well, look, let me be the first to tell you, you're doing big crimes. Huge crimes. Crimes so big that you...
Why do you think I ran away the first chance I got?
Well, okay, so you said you didn't know. Now apparently you know. What point did you know? You say you're running away. Why? When?
Because again, I almost got killed by a bat hanging out with these guys.
Yeah, but that was like a day ago.
Yeah, and then we got discharged from the hospital and they dragged me out this way. A job doesn't get you dragged.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just bat that made you bail.
I mean, that was big thing. I usually don't like almost dying by horrible creatures.
Did you meet J. Casey?
Well, yes, he said he did.
He met us, yeah.
So if I show you J. Casey, you can say in a court of law, that is J. Casey.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we have space internet out here?
When you guys pull out your comms, you have no service.
Shit. Okay. Well, now you're going to end up being our prime witness, Mr. Drago.
Oh boy.
If you come home to a man with a gun standing in your home, actually, no, we won't let you go home. It doesn't matter.
No, you're not going. Yeah, you're staying with us. We're not letting you out of our sight.
If a man with a shank comes up to you in prison, it's probably not a normal shanking. It's probably related. So you do your best to stay alive. You hear?
Why am I getting shanked? I don't want to get shanked.
Well, we're going after someone who is very powerful and whose family is very wealthy.
Okay.
And you are the only person I think that we have that can put name to face.
Okay, wait. Before we scare you too much and you become a gibbering wreck of medium failure, Noise Cave, have you been there?
Yeah, it's right there. And he points to the
one
cave that's on fire.
No,
that's
he
the
doesn't.
Calamity Cave. Keep up.
Yeah, it's the Calamity Cave. Better name.
That is, the alliteration. Yeah.
And it's on fire.
It's way more fun.
And people died in there.
Smoke is bellowing out of it.
It's so, it's real bad. I was there briefly when we were dropping off some of the speakers, yeah.
Okay,
How lame is it? How lame does it look inside?
Very, I bet.
I bet
Stupid
you it's really
music,
lame.
too.
He looks really nervous, and he says, yeah, it's really lame.
You're
Sense
lying.
motive.
It's really cool, isn't it? Yeah,
Fuck,
it's
that's a
probably
really good sense motive. Why am I wasting it on bullshit at 23?
Yeah, you can tell that whether or not it is objectively cool, Drago thinks it's really fucking cool, and he is lying because he's. It seems like you want it to not be cool.
I'm glaring at him.
Okay.
Okay, you went there, you dropped off speakers. Anywhere else you dropped off speakers?
No, we were supposed to be sort of setting them up around the settlement the night that we got attacked.
Okay, so you haven't set them up around the settlement.
I haven't.
And the team was just the four of you, and you all got attacked and were in hospital and then went from hospital to here.
When you came back today, did you notice any speakers missing?
Yeah, I mean they're all gone. We don't have any speakers here anymore.
Okay, that's bad news.
Okay.
Very quickly, did you have another broadcast station? Is this it?
This was, as far as I know, they called this the test outpost or the testing site.
Okay. And what did they test?
The music.
But who did they
On
play
that?
it on?
To see if we could broadcast from afar and the speakers would work.
Okay. Where did they broadcast to?
They wanted to see if it would reach the settlement, and it did.
Where were the tests, for example? Like test 1, you gave one to Jay Casey. Test 2, you gave one to Dinestra.
No, we just pinged out to the speakers to see if the speakers would connect.
Did you play the same song to all the speakers or different songs at different times?
I mean, there were different songs, but we just kind of went through the track list.
Oh no. That means there could be multiple people who have been siren songed and don't know it yet.
We just we were told by Hart that these had been given out. We don't know if that was just a story he was told to make it normal that he got one, or if everybody got one. Lacey, what's the odds of us being able to go and send out a big old city-wide get rid of these fucking speakers alert?
We deal with the public. We're a pretty public-facing firm. We haven't heard anything about anyone getting speakers.
Okay. Well, that's good news. So someone has come to get them. Probably Jay Casey or other goons of his. So we need to go and search the settlement and make sure that they aren't hidden anywhere. And then I think we need to, or do we just go straight to Jay Casey right now and try to shut this whole thing down?
I think first we need to find out what's on this hard drive.
Yes. Okay, I think let's get back to the city.
Yeah, I think we might need to go see Dez.
Yes.
See if they can get anything off his hard drive.
Yes, and maybe these blank pages, because I'm sure there's something magically afoot here.
Drago says, yeah. I mean, if I'm allowed to just stick with you guys, I think you're my safest bet. So I'm happy to cooperate as long as you promise to keep me safe. I will help in every possible way I can and stay out of the way in every possible way.
Drago, wait. Help. Great. So far, not much help. Let's be fair. And no offense, by your own admission, you're pretty useless. So it's hard for me to foresee.
If we have to take Julie into court,
yeah, no, we'll put him somewhere,
witness.
by all means. But he's saying he wants to come with us, and he's saying we'll keep him safe, and I would love to. but your help needs to be proven. And so far,
It's okay. I have a way to keep him safe.
You seem to be magnets for trouble, and that's cool.
Wait, shut the hell up, Drago. Vlyn, why are you undermining me at every step? I'm trying to secure help from him, like I already have tried, and both times you're trying to get in the way.
Well, you always attack it like you're a billionaire who just deserves things to happen to them. You don't try to work with people. You try to demand it with power and wealth you don't have.
It was about to work both times.
Yeah, but I, as your friend, I just want you to be a little bit softer with how you deal with people.
With evil people doing evil things?
He's not an evil. He's just a man.
Not an evil guy.
They always say that. They always say that. I'm just saying, Vlyn, I'm trying. And you could do to let me shine a little.
Well, hold on. Hey, wait a minute. How do I know you guys aren't evil?
Shut the hell up, Drago.
No, you shut the hell up.
See, this is what happens when
he
you
flinches immediately after saying that.
This is why you shouldn't. When you attack.
Look, he's cowed himself. That's how effective I was. Drago, all I'm asking for is help.
I'm just saying normal people aren't scared of good people.
Yes, they are.
What?
Normal cowards like you?
I'm not. If I think someone's helping me, I'm not going to be scared of them.
Pretty girl talks to you, Drago, or pretty boy. Are you scared of them?
No.
No? Well,
I mean, do they have a gun or a knife?
Probably. We're in the frontier.
Well, as long as they're not drawing it on me, that's a good point. But
yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not.
I go over to Drago and I whisper, I'm like, he has a mean dad but doesn't know it. So he's just working through some stuff, okay?
He nods and goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He rolled an 18. I've rolled to see how much of a coward he would be just like across the board, but he rolled an 18. So
he's doing all right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had this made in case I had to put it on Flit, so I'll just put it on you for now. And I reach into my bag and I pull out an adult size kid on a leash thing.
Oh.
So it's like, well, you know how you put your kid on a leash? It's like a harness.
Yeah.
I take one of those. I had a lot of kids, man. Okay. And I sort of just put it on Drago.
It's not a sex thing.
Oh, no. That's a different shape. I had a harness guy. Anyway.
I'm just looking at Drago.
Yeah, Lacey's shifting uncomfortably as well. Drago looks at you and goes, I don't really want to be put in a harness.
One strike and then it's harness time.
Drago, do you have help? That was the point I was trying to make. If you have help, please.
Yeah, he's our witness. He's our help.
Yeah, I mean,
Shut up,
again,
Vlyn. You're undermining me again.
I'm not gonna, whip out a giant magic sword and carve through enemies or anything. I'm not gonna hack into crazy fucking Federation of Council databases, but I can tell you that who the guy who hired me was and what I did.
Please.
I did. Jay Casey hired me, and we set up this outpost.
It sounded like you were going to add to it. Drago, I'm done with you. Put him in the trunk. Let's get in this vehicle and let's get back.
I'm going to put him in the back seat with me.
As you guys are walking towards the cruiser, Lacey sort of says, a little unconventional, but I don't know about you guys, but I believe him in terms of sort of his uselessness.
It went exactly like we wanted it to. Wink.
So I can keep him safe at Estrella HQ.
Well, that's a good plan.
While we sort of piece together these final puzzle pieces. I agree with you. I think we need to figure out a way to do a sweep of the settlement and make sure that there are no speakers capable of receiving broadcast. Because, like you said, if those go out, we could lose complete control of the settlement.
But, so the trick is that we have to do it in a way that doesn't alert Julian. Because if he knows we're looking for them and doing a sweep actively, he can jump the gun and just put his plan into motion.
Yes.
Beforehand. So we have to do it in a way that doesn't alert Julian.
My worry is he's alerted. We don't know what Drago's done when he fled, but we also have no idea this fourth member who has run out of here. They could be back at the town for all we know. They could have a receiver. They could have messaged him. This also was not subtle. We blew it the fuck up. It's on fire.
We did blow it the fuck up, yeah.
So it's bad. I think maybe as much as I want to get information, we should beeline straight for Julian and try to cut this off at the head.
If we don't have evidence, we're going after the Sterling family with no backup.
The Sterling family?
No, a different one.
Yes. Do we not mention Julian by name up until this point in time?
Vlyn.
Are we not going to do that?
Vlyn?
Oh my God. Oh.
Vlyn?
Oopsie daisies.
Vlyn, you are...
Now that you say it, I remember that I knew he looked familiar. He kind of had a hat on and glasses, and when people do that, who could they be? I don't know.
Classic incognito.
Classic
incognito mode, yeah.
But yeah, now that you're saying the jawline makes total sense. And Drago's just nodding, just yeah.
Jerry, you have no idea who we're talking about, do you?
I think he exactly knows.
Well, that's how he looks like, though, but you just don't know his actual name. You just know him by Jay Casey. Okay, cool.
Well, I know he's Julian Sterling now. We've
Yes,
merged.
because
I guess
Vlyn-
Jay, Julian Casey? That doesn't really make any sense.
If we're going after a Sterling, we need all the help that we can get.
Stop making it seem scary to him. Vlyn, you're doing a terrible job.
I just don't like lying.
While you guys are making your way towards the cruiser, you hear and static. And then you hear
I plug my ears.
as a song begins to play. All of you need to give me will save, please. I will give you a +2 for plugging your ears, Flit.
Nat 20 again.
Fort?
Will.
Will, that's my bad one. That's a 12.
I like how you very hopefully were like, Fort?
Vlyn, you become transfixed with this beat. You start tapping your toe, you start bobbing your head, and Flit, you notice Lacey has done the same. She has stopped in her tracks and is just kind of vibing. Drago starts like looking around and like feeling his pockets and pulls out a small sort of like walkie-talkie that is playing this music, and he's like, and then he starts vibing along to it, and then all of a sudden his head snaps up and he beelines to the cruiser.
Do I know enough about this to know that it has to be an ongoing effect? Or is it like once it's implanted kind of deal? As in, like, would shooting it actually...
You know that it probably wouldn't hurt, but you do know that, like, what you've seen of Cleo's ability, like, you were able to talk Vlyn out of giving the gun. So you know it's not, like, an absolute, like, complete, like, dominate person kind of effect. Because it also looked like, or it didn't look like Dinestra had the speaker in the clip that you saw her, like, stealing.
I'm going to cast Time Loop on him as he starts to run away. Will save, please.
It's a 19.
19? God damn it.
Yeah, he has a 0. Like, none of his scores have anything. He just rolled a net flat 19.
God damn it. Okay, as I hit him, he's only off target now instead of confused.
Okay.
But, and as I do, I'm going to run after him as well, if I can action and move in my turn.
Let's do opposed athletics checks to see how fast you guys can get to each other.
Be great if I had athletics.
He got a flat 20.
I got a flat 12. But he got flat 20? He rolled a nat 20?
Or sorry, no, he has like a natural 20. Sorry, is what I meant to say. He is not a very fast man, but I think just the jump of it all happening and you sort of like clocking what's happening with Vlyn and Lacey and the abruptness of it all. He manages to reach the cruiser. He climbs in and you hear and the cruiser begins turning on. He has started the engines.
Yeah, I think I just I go to shoot the thing, then he moves, and then I go to shoot him, and I just hear like Vlyn's voice in my head. I'm like, oh, try the spell, it doesn't work. So like, I just, by the time I start running after him, because like physicality is not my first option, he's up there. I guess I'm just going to try to hustle onto the ship and stop him because that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, how would you like to do that?
I think I want to try to run up a nearby tree and like jump off onto the cockpit.
He's still grounded. So it's more, how do you want to stop him? Like, I'm not going to make you sort of like do anything to get into the ship. It's meant to be gotten into, right? Like, it's not a difficult task to get into the ship. But this is sort of like your last chance to make sure he doesn't like close the hatch and take off.
I want to slap him in the face and say, if you do this, you will be a criminal. Nobody's going to believe you. You're going to look so guilty. I know that you're being controlled right now, but if you're able to step away from it, 1, we might be able to help you, and 2, you won't be medium anymore. And I'm going to try to diplomacy my way through this if possible.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you hit how good is your diplomacy is pretty good, right? Like hitting a 20 isn't an unreasonable ask.
No, it's pretty reasonable.
If you hit a 20, he's going to get another chance to do the save against the effect. And he'll have essentially advantage on it. He'll roll twice on it.
Okay. He can smell me, obviously, because I'm in the cockpit with him. Ooh, 31.
Nice. Okay. Let's see what he gets. Okay. He does not break, but he does pause for a second. And you now have to choose, are you going to stay in this cruiser with him or are you going to let him go? The little dome is starting to slide shut and you have to make a decision.
I'm staying.
Okay.
But as it's closing, I'm like, Vlyn, you idiot, Vlyn!
Vlyn, you're just vibing. Just and this ship lifts up and begins flying. And it's not flying towards the settlement.
I'm slapping him over and over across the face. But we'll try to say really nice things. You can be not medium. You could be a good person. You could get out of this safely. You could use your communication setup skills for good.
As the walkie-talkie and this dude flies away with Flit, Vlyn, it like kind of washes off of you, and there's a moment where you just kind of like look at Lacey as the two of you stand in front of this flaming cave, billowing smoke out. Your ride is gone, and you are now stuck in this forest.
Lacey, I think we're in trouble.
Hello, Space GM Dane here to do the thing. Welcome to 2026, I believe, if I'm not crazy. This is our first episode of the new year. So thank you for joining us, and we hope you had an excellent and safe and happy holiday season and new year. And here's hoping this year kicks ass, at least a little bit more than last year did, and a little bit more than it currently has. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. First, we hope you're enjoying this episode. Second, there is going to be a new vote coming up next Monday. So that will be January 19th. There will be 2 different votes. One will be on the Patreon and exclusively for the Patreon members. That is a council vote. I won't be saying what that is, but I will tell you, if you're interested, if you are a patron or are considering being a patron, it's going to heavily affect what the next arc is going to be. And by that, I mean you are essentially voting on what the next arc will be. It is sort of the biggest vote I think we're going to have in terms of actual impact on the game. A lot of the stuff we've done has been like some passive stuff and some stuff that like set things up. This is actually going to really change the way this campaign goes. And our citizen vote, which is our fine listeners over on our Discord, will be naming the settlement. Right now, they've kind of been interchangeably used as Dura Sancta, or just called the settlement. But we will be doing a naming contest or vote. I've collected a couple names from people around the internet, and the Discord will be voting. The people of the settlement will be voting what the settlement will be called. And if you want to really shape the campaign, get your hands on it, really say, hey, I did that, head on over to the Patreon. You can do that at noquestcast.com. Click the Patreon link. But if you just want to be able to name the settlement, which also is a pretty major thing for the campaign, just head on over to noquestcast.com and click the Discord link. You can also do both if you are a member of the Patreon and the Discord. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. I believe that is it. We have a couple more like one-shots and limited run series coming up in between our off weeks. But for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing the Frontiers campaign as scheduled on our regular release dates. I don't think we have any planned interruptions for that. So just get ready, buckle in. It's going to be a wild ride. And I can't wait to see what you all vote for in the next voting cycle. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, please be safe and be kind. Lacey looks around and just says, did that fucking asshole steal my goddamn car?
By accident.
God damn it. She's like, starts pacing back and forth, and she was like, I didn't want to lend you guys one because I was worried that this was going to happen. So no, don't worry about it, Lacey. I'll sign it out. So now I've signed out an official Australia cruiser that has now just been stolen by someone implicated in what could be a entire sort of planet-wide conspiracy. And you see her just kind of like spiraling as she kind of like walks back and forth. She's kicking stones. She picks up a stick and she snaps it over her knee.
Well, so what are we going to do, Lacey? Anger? Not going to help us here. So I have a couple ideas.
Okay, let's hear them.
We walk. Not the best one.
As she looks at her watch and she says, it's going to get dark soon, and we definitely don't want to be in the woods at night.
I have another idea. The fire in this cave should be dying down soon because it's a small surface and the lack of oxygen should be... Anyway, that's how fires work. It's connected to the Bat Cave system, and the bat can get into town through the caves. So we can go into the caves at night and try to navigate them back to town.
She stops and she thinks, well, it's nocturnal, so if we go into the caves at night, it will potentially not be there. and it's probably safer than taking our risks out in the open. Fuck. Okay. Where the hell is Flit?
Oh, my friend Flit is very strong-willed, if you haven't noticed. He's probably fine, but he probably couldn't physically stop the man from doing what he was doing because he's also Flit. So my thoughts is that the man is driving away and Flit is on top of the car, hanging onto either side, going, Vlyn, why would you make me be so nice? I'm sorry. If I did it my way, this wouldn't have happened. So that's probably exactly what's happening. Some version of that.
Flit, what are you doing in the...
If Vlyn had done it my way, this never would have happened. Slap, slap.
Give me a perception check.
It says 12.
Okay. You haven't really been up this high before, despite the fact that like you guys kind of like flew in on a shuttle. Your landing was a little distracted by kind of like everything that had happened. And Lacey was keeping it pretty close to the ground when she was flying to the cave. Drago just seems to be sort of like angling kind of like up, and you guys have reached a pretty decent altitude, and you get a pretty sprawling view of the horizon. And essentially where you are is you're almost like center of this continent landmass that the settlement has been built on. You see in the far sort of southeast like this sprawling red desert of like dunes. To the north, you see a giant black iron structure that looks like an oil rig of some sort. And then to the west, you see a massive, they almost look purple, like a purple and pink pastel sort of mountain range that looks like the peaks of all the mountains have been shattered. And they are just kind of floating and orbiting around where, you know, the top of this range would be, are just these like giant chunks of rock that some are seem to be stationary. The bigger ones seem to be stationary, but then there are the smaller chunks that kind of orbit around.
He's like actively driving this thing, right?
Yeah, he's like locked in. Like he is sort of like focused directly on the, I was gonna say road ahead, but the sky ahead. And once he hits a certain altitude, he levels out and just like takes it into like almost like a cruise control, and it's just flying south.
God, I wish I had remembered this when it happened. Although this probably doesn't count as a spell, does it? I'm gonna try to shoot him.
Okay. Just
point blank in what I hope is a non-serious part of his torso, kind of like middle left, just
where his heart is.
No, middle, not upper left.
So just kind of like graze him on the side. Is that what you're?
Yeah, kind of shoot.
Pierce his lung.
No, a little to the left of the lung. Vlyn, you're not even here. I can just hear all this in my head.
Voice, yeah.
Initially, I'm like dead center in his chest. Then you're like the heart, and I'm like go left and down. Then you're like the lung. I'm like, I just want to like graze him. I'm trying to cause pain.
Aim for his pancreas. Or his appendix. He doesn't need his appendix. That one's not important.
Yeah, you shoot Drago. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Can I do a physical science check to try to find his appendix?
Give me a medicine check.
I think I'm actually better at that. That's an 18.
You're able to shoot him somewhere.
Just fucking plug him in the
harmless.
appendix.
You're also doing like sonic damage. It's not really like, it's not like you're shooting a bullet into him. You clip him, and you see sort of like the walkie-talkie that he has kind of like stopped playing music, and he comes to and he goes, "Oh, ow!"
His face is so red from all the slapping as well.
Yeah, first he holds his side, and once he lifts his shirt up, and there's like a big old bruise, kind of like a paintball bruise there, and then he goes, "Why does my face hurt? What happened?"
You were mind controlled by your walkie-talkie here, and you attacked us all and stole this.
The walkie-talkie mind controlled me?
I smash it. I just start bashing it against the side of the thing, and I try to shoot it.
He looks at it and goes, okay, there's no comm reception out this far from the settlement, and that was kind of like the only way to contact anyone or anything.
Well, it was also a way for magic music to make you do bad things and get me up in the sky where I don't want to be, leaving my friend stranded in front of a flaming cave, and then I had to shoot your appendix. So, think about that.
Shit, you're right. Yeah, fuck, they're gonna think I did that. Okay, well, we'll just turn around and we'll go get them.
Yes, excellent. Can you drive?
Yeah, I can drive. Yeah.
Great. I, of course, totally also can, but I'll let you do it in case I have to shoot you again.
He 180s. You turn.
I'm still straddling him, by the way. I assume there's no.
He does say it would probably be easier to do if you got off me, though. If you could just, it's a 3-seater. So if you want to, any of the other.
Look, this wasn't by choice; it was by necessity. And I get off.
Okay, thank you. And as you get off, the two of you sort of look ahead of you, and the forest looks the exact same, across the horizon. And the trees are so tall that there isn't even smoke coming out. You can't see where this billowing smoke is. You are going to have to do something in hopes to locate where you left Vlyn.
Before that happened, did I see a destination? Did I see where we were going?
No.
Okay.
It looked, the way he took off, he was just going straight.
Okay.
So it didn't look like he turned or angled towards something. Yeah, it looks like he was just going.
All right. So just back to where we came from.
Sure. Yeah. Where was that?
The Calamity Cave, obviously.
So
retrace your steps.
Okay, so we just go straight.
I forgot you're useless. Never mind. Okay, I've got this. I'm the greatest mind in Dura Sancta. I would like to do a culture check to remember reading a map of Dura Sancta. Wait, do I still have the guide?
I promise you also there would be no...
Yeah, it just says Calamity Cave, weirdly.
Yeah, they do not want people venturing out into the forest.
What kind of check would you like?
Does survival? Survival exists in
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't say that because it's my only skill with a minus.
I will take survival. I will take a physical science.
Okay, now we're cooking.
You'll get far less information with physical science, but
well, let's try it. 11.
Okay, with an 11, the pretty much only hope you're going to have of figuring out where this is to break the tree cover and go down into the forest. You know that you're not going to be able to figure this out from above the tree canopy because you can't see any landmark. I'm
simple. Go below the tree cover because they're in the way. Come on, you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'll bring it down. I'll just wait for. There's got to be a clearing around here somewhere.
So many trees.
It's just leaves.
That's not how trees work.
And then as he's going down, I'm going to try the survival. God fucking damn it! What's a 1 minus 1?
That I believe is a 0. Here's what you're going to do.
No, you're going to be lost in the woods.
Roll me I'm going to roll a D8.
Okay.
That's the correct direction.
Okay.
Whatever number I get.
Okay, and
you roll a D8 as well, and we'll see what direction you guys choose. Tell me what you got.
I very confidently point 3.
Okay. You begin going in the direction that you point, and he looks at you and he goes, "Are you sure this is the right way?" All right, man. I'm gonna trust you.
Are you sure it's the right way?
No, I have no idea, dude.
Then which one? Which one? Tell me which one. Please enlighten me. Point.
No, I'm just saying. If you're sure, yeah, okay. He starts going faster.
Perfect.
Vlyn.
Yes.
You and Lacey begin moving towards the cave. You can see that the smoke is now starting to sort of dissipate. As you said, there wasn't a whole lot of burnable material. It was mostly those vines in there and some of the boxes and stuff. So it's burned out pretty quickly. It was a hot and fast fire. Lacey takes the big gun she gave you that neither of you guys used during the fight.
Oh yeah.
And she slings it over her back and attaches a little flashlight onto her vest and just says, "Look, Vlyn, this is dumb, but I do think this is probably the move."
1 sec. I write a message for Flit in the dirt.
Yeah, Lacey pulls out a small little beacon. It kind of looks like a flare, but it once she activates it, a little tripod pokes out, and she sort of spikes it into the ground, and you're able to sort of attach a message onto.
Do you have a compass? An old school compass?
Yeah.
Okay, so get our direction to where we need to end up. So just let's make sure the compass is working and it's clocking the settlement that way, and we're gonna just have to figure it out.
Hey. Oh, I don't want to metagame, but I want to tell Ryan something.
The bat thing, right?
Yeah. You have a compass, too.
I have a compass? Oh, I have a bat compass.
You have a compass that points towards the bat.
Oh, God. Okay, this is even better. I'm like, what do I have? And then I pull out a comedically large bat compass, I guess. And I'm like, if only I had survival tools. Ha! If we think that the bat is in the settlement, we just need to follow the bat.
Lacey says, yeah, I've got a pretty good sense of direction, and the settlement should be that way. And she lines her compass up to the direction she is pointing. And it seems like it is, yours is just slightly to sort of the east of the settlement.
Okay, so that could be where we end up. We have two options here.
Give me I'll take a perception or a survival.
That's going to be a 24 perception.
Cool. As you're looking at your compass, you see it tick slightly towards the settlement.
Okay.
And it seems like the bat is heading that direction. It's tough to say, like, you don't have a sort of like distance of where it is, but if Lacey is correct, she's facing the settlement. So if you're looking at like, if it's due north, you're sort of, the bat seems to be a little sort of like northeast and is ticking its way closer north.
All right, let's do this. I put on like a napkin. I know like the smoke's mostly gone, but I'm just going to cover my mouth just in case.
Before we do that, what message do you want to leave Flit?
Yeah, cool.
Because we're about to be right there, man.
I'm sure you are. Dear Flitwick, I know you're my best friend, so you're probably coming back for us. I love you, but you know me. I'm not the type to sit around and wait. Me and Lacey...
It's a beacon. It doesn't have time. You're writing this like an old-timey love letter.
Yeah, Flitwick deserves an old-timey love letter.
Well, there's a character limit on it. Vlyn, keep it short.
I'll make it quick. Flitwick, thank you for coming back to get us. I love you. We're in caves. Go to settlement and figure it out.
She nods. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you go into the cave and sort of see the destruction. A lot of the crates themselves have sort of like been charred. The one that was on top has like crunched down and fallen through the one that was underneath it. The tables are essentially just a metal like folding apparatus. The vines are all scorched, and a lot of some of the lights are still working. The cables themselves weren't damaged, but they like flicker every now and then.
Yeah.
The haze is pretty thick. Give me a perception check as you enter.
25.
As you are walking towards the back of the cave that you saw sort of the caved in entrance or exit, I guess, you feel something, you kick something on the ground, and you notice it's the laser grid trap that the one dude threw onto the ground. It's
nice.
Pretty fucked up, but you think that like with some easy or decent repairs, you might be able to get it to work again.
Laser grid trap. Cool.
But at this point in time, it is broken, and you know that the repairs that need to be done, it's not something you do on the fly.
Cool. I'm going to go to where the cave-in is and hope that the extreme heat has either like made the stones move, and so they should be easier to move.
It definitely didn't make the stones move, but you take sort of like a quick look. You can tell this was done with absolutely no professional technique.
I should have understood that Drago can't do anything right, so I knew this. Yeah,
it might not have been him doing it, but like the team is not a mining company, right? Like it takes a fair level of skill and knowledge to properly collapse a cave correctly. You could tell that they probably just threw a couple grenades in and figured that was enough. So Lacey pulls out sort of like a little multi-tool that she kind of cracks out, and a little shovel, like one of those like little sort of like tactical shovel things. And within like 5 minutes of you guys working, she's sort of like prying and sticking the shovel blade in, and you're sort of just moving.
I'm a Sharon. I'm an ant, baby. Digging holes is what I do.
Yeah. It takes very little time for you guys to clear enough space to climb through. And again, once you're past this initial blockage, you can tell that the structural integrity of the tunnel is almost completely unchanged. So it seems not only safe, but like unobstructed going forward. Doesn't look like they did much effort to make it not passable.
Okay, let's get our compasses out. Lacey has a light, and we're going to start moving through these tunnels.
She hands you the light that she put on her chest, and she draws her gun and turns on like sort of the underbarrel light. So you guys both now have lights pointing forward. You see that hardened green goo as you are making your way. You're still following the compass. There's some twists and turns and stuff, but it doesn't look like this is a very complex cave network. It's not like there's a whole lot of branching paths.
Not made by ants, I'll tell you that.
It's not made by ants. And for the most part, it does seem like it is naturally occurring. Like, it doesn't look like this was mined out or made by any means. It looks like this might just be a cave system that pre-existed, the settlement. But as you navigate to sort of like keep following the compass, you enter into something very similar to what you saw when you found that jade temple that the copper cutlasses were using. There is a giant swath of stone that has been like cut out almost like a perfect cube, and it looks like someone like control X'd a cube out of like a 3D model, and then like maybe about 200 feet away you see the cave continues normally.
I just realized who the main villain of the campaign is.
It's a Minecrafter.
Yeah, it's Steve.
Okay. Perception at 19.
Cool. Other than its existence, there's nothing remarkable about this space. It does look about roughly the same size as the giant sort of like cutout that the temple was in. There's, you kind of have to like jump down. There's about like a 20-foot drop, and then it's like a flat, smooth surface, and then another like 20 feet back up into the caves. But other than that, there's no noticeable features at all.
Okay, I make a note of it in my notes that this exists, and probably won't find it again. Well, we have that beacon, so maybe we'll find it again. Yeah, okay. I guess I just keep moving. There's bigger things afoot than cubes.
Yeah, Lacey does like a big, she aims kind of up to the ceiling and stuff, and it's just like, this is bizarre.
Yeah, there's more of this around the settlement than we know about for sure. So these caves should probably be on a future list of things to do. Is map these out.
So, that like it took a while to fly here. The trek home is going to take some time. It will definitely be night by the time you get there. Flit.
You arrive at the Calamity Cave.
Well, you do.
No.
I also rolled a 3.
That's insane. The urge I had to change directions just because I was convinced I was wrong.
You are flying, and it feels like you guys are lost. You don't recognize anything, mostly because you're coming from the opposite direction, but like just nothing looks familiar. Everything looks like trees. Like you have no bearing as to like, you don't even really know which direction Dura Sancta is or like the settlement is anymore.
I'm just like, when he's swerving between trees, which I assume we have to do now that we're, below the like leaf cover. I'm just like, you didn't go straight again. When you swerve, you have to continue going the same direction. You're veering. Stop veering.
I'm not veering. I have to go back and around trees. I can't just keep going straight. I'll crash.
Go back. That's integral. But you're going back and you're altering slightly.
Holy shit, look. And he points, and there is a small sort of like red glow as the sun is beginning to set, and the trees, even though the cover isn't super, super thick, it's enough to sort of like blot out the sun. And you see a small sort of red light flashing in front of a cave.
If you'd veered, we never would have made it here. Good thing you listened. Land, quickly. I think there's a second fire.
He puts the cruiser down and opens the dome and hops out.
It's some kind of beacon. I press the button on it.
Flitwick, thank you for coming back to get us. I love you. We're in caves. Go to settlement and figure it out.
He loves me.
They went into the cave?
Yes, that seems like a terrible idea. Okay. He did say to go back to the settlement, but he also was responsible for all of this going wrong. Do I know how long does it tell me when it was recorded? Like what time?
Yeah, it was about maybe like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes. If we hurry, we can reach them. I don't know if I trust him in there by himself. What if something goes wrong? They have all the information. We need the information.
I mean, we've never been in the cave system. I don't know how complex it is. So we could go down there. It's like we got real lucky.
I found my way back here, didn't I?
Yeah, okay.
Greatest mind in Dura Sancta. Don't forget it.
Sure. Okay. I mean, hey, look, you got us here, so I'll follow your lead.
Drago, it's okay. I think I wanted him to trust me, and he didn't. And it led to all of this. so I'm going to trust him. We'll meet them back at the settlement.
Okay, sure.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, you navigate, I'll drive. Cool. Well, on the plus side, we can break canopy and we can kind of...
You just see Dura Sancta. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah, we could just kind of back towards the settlement. So yeah, you guys take off and it takes about an hour for you guys to get back to the settlement, but you arrive. Where do you want to tell him to land?
That's a great point, because I don't know if the Astrea are going to look too happily on us showing up with... no member of Astrea on board, some random dude, a man wearing nothing but leaves. I'm going to go to Ozzy's because it's on the outskirts of town, right?
Yeah, it's outside the settlement walls, yeah.
I'm going to land by there and I'm going to be like, follow my lead and don't be a menace. Bang, 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 bang on the door.
He also bang, 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 bang on the door as well.
Okay. Oh, God. Not like that.
You said follow your lead.
Follow it. Don't copy me.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't mimic me, just
yeah.
the spirit of what I do. And by that, I mean, don't do anything but follow me and shut the hell up.
He nods and takes a step behind you. Nobody answers.
Can I see where the mound and the canopy is like set up by the tree where...
You can, and you see a small light flickering.
I start heading over.
You get there, and sure enough, you see Ozzy with a bottle of wine and a single wine glass sitting and drinking and chatting with the spectral ghost of Darwin Glass, who is sort of standing right by that tree, sort of near where you first met Root. He's kind of like got one foot up on the roots and sort of like looking out at the water.
Darwin, hello.
He turns around and he says, "Oh, yes. I remember you."
Yes, we freed you.
You freed me.
Good to see you.
It is good to see you as well. And you see, like, as he's like talking, you see there's like a bravado that you didn't see when you had first released him from the book. There is almost like a personality emerging a little bit. Whatever he was doing looking out at the water, you seem to have like woken him out of it. And there's like almost like a voice returning to him as he addresses you. And Oswald looks at you and says, Flitwick, it's good to see you. Where's your partner in crime?
Well, one, sorry to interrupt. I do not, I would have left you to your devices were the needs not dire. By the way, this is Drago. He's kind of a criminal, pseudo person of interest in a criminal case, and I may need you to babysit him for just a couple minutes, hours maybe. I need to go find Vlyn because he's in the tunnels with the bat coming back to the city.
Tunnels in the bat? What the hell? What do you mean criminal? Is he dangerous?
Dangerously inept. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that is it. Yeah, no, I'm just chilling, man. Like,
for example, I told him to shut the hell up, and here he is making noises with his mouth.
Sorry.
That's still a noise. No, he won't be any harm to you, nor, of course, Mr. Glass here. I can't imagine he can hurt ghosts. Do you mind just keeping an eye on him and maybe not telling people that he's here, and also maybe being aware of mind control things like we talked about, because someone hopped on his walkie-talkie and mind controlled him a minute ago.
Do you still have that walkie-talkie?
Well, I shot it. I shot the hell out of it.
Okay, good. I was going to say it would be irresponsible to keep it within range of especially all of us.
Darwin, I'm nothing if not a consummate professional.
Okay. He looks at Drago.
You're going to go, hey, whoa, don't share looks with him, I'd say to Drago.
He gestures sort of like, sorry.
So on that note, do you know where the tunnels that originate from the Calamity Cave, aka the bat nest out in the forest, maybe go? Because I do need to try to find a certain Vlyn.
I don't even know there was a tunnel system that ran this close to. I mean, like, obviously I knew of sort of like the tunnels that the
copper cutlasses, yes.
Yes, I'm aware of those, but I don't know. I mean, I imagine there's probably cave systems all throughout the planet and the continent that we're on. But specifically, no, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I didn't even know we knew the bat tunnels went to the city. So, for all we know, Vlyn's just in there lost. I should have gone in after him, damn it. Well, maybe I'll just drink wine with you till he shows up.
Drago raises his hand.
Well done, Drago. Yes, you may.
Well, I'm just thinking that usually caves move outward towards bodies of water. At least that's what it seems like the way that they work here on Dura Sancta. Almost every cave system that has been sort of charted. If you look at sort of like the maps and stuff. Kind of a map nerd. They all seem to go to running water. So we could.
Wait. You're a map nerd and you couldn't navigate earlier?
Didn't have a map.
You haven't. Oh my God! Continue.
So I'm thinking maybe we take a look at where the water mostly leaves, right over where the shape slate was found.
Okay. Hey, look, helping maybe.
Maybe.
Good job. All right. Well, I guess I'll do that then. Drago, when you say we, does that mean you want to come with me?
I will follow your lead. If you want me to come, I'll come. If you think it's safer here for me, I will stay here with the small man and the ghost.
No, I don't want to ruin their date, and you invariably would. Okay, we're going to go. Sorry to bother you. Just a little drop in. Glad you're doing well, Darwin. We got to pop by for a glass sometime. A glass. You get it? That wasn't even intentional.
I like it. You've made a joke about my name.
Yes. Did it win an award for comedy?
That one kind of sucked, but you're trying.
Oh, well, okay. We freed you, so remember that. Goodbye, guys.
I will let that joke slide because of it. He runs his ghost hands through his ghost hair.
Man, Drago, you should have seen him. He was like very morose and prophetic last time we talked. Whole new ghost.
That's great. I'm glad you're helping ghosts.
We're helping everybody, Drago. Don't you worry.
Vlyn.
Yes.
The cave it's incredibly boring. You find that there are like little patches of this green hardened goo, but eventually you reach a sort of opening chamber, and inside you see a bed, you see a desk, you see a bookcase stocked with a bunch of books. You see a really, really nice rug. You see a selection of photos and pictures and paintings of, I would say, drastically varied quality. There are some that are actually quite nice, and then there are other ones that are like very obviously like just trash.
Is the bed bat-sized or person-sized?
It's like two like metal framed, almost like military style barracks beds that have been pushed together, and then you see at where the metal joints meet, green goo has encased it, holding it together.
That's a bad bed. Yep, that's a bad bed.
Bad as a bed and a bookshelf?
I'm gonna roll a culture check on this setup to see if I can get an idea of. Well, no, like to see if I can figure out about the person who lives here. So, like, is there a certain time they're from? Are they out of time? Like, is this from a different era? Is this from a different dimension? Like, I'm just trying to get an idea from looking at their books and their paintings, if I can sort of piece together a little bit more about them as an individual. Let's see, I might have extra bonuses, so I just want to double check. That's going to be a 28, 18 on the dice plus 10 in culture.
Damn. Okay. Cool.
I've had like kids, a bunch of kids, so they're into a bunch of stuff. So I feel like Vlyn has an idea of like what people are into and what that sort of.
Give me a perception check to go along with this.
Yeah, can do. Natural 20.
Cool. Okay, kick-ass. You look around the.
I've done a lot of snooping in my day.
Yeah.
When you've had those like 2 minutes to get into your kid's room and look around and figure out their lives.
You get the sense that when you look at the bed, it looks clean and unused. And you would imagine that a big, wild bat creature would leave some sort of evidence that it had slept here.
Yeah, I know. It's for the girl. Okay, that bed's for Cleo. Okay, cool. Keep on going.
The desk has a sort of like little pad of paper, like a legal pad of paper and writing utensils. There's a quite a nice little lamp as well. The drawers are empty. You kind of like rummage through those. But when you get to sort of a small wicker basket beside the bookcase itself has just a complete random assortment of books. You see that there are some like atlases. There's of different planets. Mostly they're all like Casamol oriented. Like it's like, you know, the forests of Goa and blah blah blah. There's and then there's also like history books. There's fiction. There's nonfiction. There's biographies. There's kind of like a collection of all sorts of books on the shelf. But there's a wicker basket beside it, and when you open that, there is a fairly substantial stack of gossip magazines, fashion magazines, all fairly recent and like issues that have come out in the past couple like months.
Are they brand new? Like do they look like they've been read?
They don't look like they're brand new. They do look like they are sort of like secondhand. They're kind of like the quality you would find at like a dentist office. Or like they don't look trashed, but they do look like they have been browsed.
Okay. Did the bat build a house for the girl? Whoever the girl might be? Cleo?
Lacey looks around and just says, if the bat did... I mean, the bat did a decent little job. Like the interior decorating's kind of nice for a wild animal creature thing.
So the notepad, on the top page, I'm gonna do a trick from like a crime TV show. I'm gonna grab a pencil if there's a piece of lead there and try to see if anyone's written on it before.
Interesting.
By shading on it to see, because once again, Snoopy, overprotective dad. So I want to see if anyone's used a notepad before. So I don't know what skill that is, but being a Snoopy dad...
I'm going to say you don't need a skill. You're rubbing a pencil on a piece of paper. That doesn't require any skill. And with a nat 20, you see that it has been used before. Something was written here in quite practice, like cursive writing. It's neat. It's quite elegant. And the gist of the note or the letter, it looks like it's a diary that doesn't really hold any sort of significance. It's a really well written like journal entry that is sort of like cataloging someone's day-to-day life, and it's talking about like
are they leaving the cave? Is it just about their day in this cave? Like does it like sound like they're trapped, or
it's literally talking about like going to the market and picking up things, and
so the bat is stealing stuff from people's homes. That's why the things look used. That's why the notepad's used. Is that sort of what
you can wager pretty strongly that this was not the bat who wrote this.
Yeah.
And
so I'm trying to figure out whether it was stolen from a home or if someone currently lives here. But with the condition of the bed, it makes me feel like he's just taking things for the girl that he wants to get. Yeah, okay, cool. You
could wager pretty strongly and guess based on sort of like the quality of stuff. This is stuff that was thrown out. This is stuff that he has been it's been able to like grab and steal. You get the sense that like those two military beds were probably old Estrella things that they had to throw out for whatever reason. You know that he's been going into town and specifically around the docks, and that he was also sort of in the suburbs area as well. You can get the vibe that all of this stuff has been lifted from various places around the settlement to furnish this room.
This is a technique I learned, Lacey, from Lucille. Remember, I mentioned her to you in our hour walk here where I probably talked about all of my kids in detail? She's my daughter, who's a hard-boiled detective on the cube. We used to read detective stories together.
We should do a mini-series where we all just play one of Vlyn's kids.
And they're all very impressive.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know. I think she saved the president or mayor. I forget what they have on the cube. Anyway, she taught me this little pencil trick.
Okay, and what do you got there, Detective Vlyn?
In a way, this is a prison the bat is building for the girl. So, and I'm assuming it's Cleo because of the music the bat's been hearing, but it still could be anybody. But this is a prison.
Lacey looks around and just says, I don't know if prison is the right word. There's no...
Well, home. He's probably convinced that they're meant to be together. Or he thinks what he's doing is the right thing to do. Because of the because of the mind control. It seems pretty intense if that's like the mind control doesn't seem to be that powerful. But this bat has been doing this for weeks now, so I don't know exactly, but this is definitely a home he's built for whoever his intended target is, because he thinks they're meant to be together. I've been watching a lot of Criminal Minds at home, so me and Lucille, we love crime TV.
Okay, well, creepy. Let's get out of here, because I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies.
I'm going to leave a note on the notepad, because I doubt the bat can read. So before we leave, I'm going to take the sketch page off, and I'm going to say, hello.
I do want to remind you
the bat can write.
It did burn a message on the hill that said, give girl or die.
Never mind. I'm going to take that page off. I'm going to dispose of it in my bucket. I'm going to put everything back the exact way it was. And I'm going to write a note. Okay, so if you were sitting in a desk, does it have like a keyboard slot, or is it just like a piece of wood? Or it has a drawer, right?
It has a drawer, yeah. It's a pretty old desk.
So on the off chance we fuck this up, I'm going to like write a note and hide it in the drawer.
Okay. Yeah, all the drawers are empty, so...
Because the bat's big old hands probably have a hard time opening a drawer, is sort of where I'm saying. So I'm going to just like tuck it in the back of a drawer that a person would be more likely to find.
What does the note say?
Cleo, question mark? If you're reading this, the bat has taken, and I promise you, we're going to find you. However, the cave's going the opposite way that you probably came in. I'm just going to write like sort of how we got there. Like if you need to escape, go this way, blah, blah, blah. You'll find a beacon. That will be the best chance for us to find you. With love, Vlyn and Flitwick if he was here. And I'm going to tuck it in the desk.
As you're moving out, you guys check your compasses to make sure you're still on the right track. The bat compass and Lacey's compass now point the same place.
Yeah. Yep, they do. We're going to move with a little hustle and say, okay, Lacey, we're going to just take our speed up to a light jog. You seem very healthy. I'm very healthy. And Flit isn't here to slow us down. So we can move a little quicker.
She says, yeah, we got to be getting close. If it was intending to bring someone from the settlement here, I imagine that it wouldn't be that far of a trek. So, okay, yeah, we got to be getting close. And you guys start hustling down towards the way the compass is pointing. Flit, you're going to have to cross through town to get to the other side where the sort of shape slate pools are. The fastest way is to cut through the docks and take sort of like that northern road up. Give me a perception check.
You're determined to have me fail. Okay, a good one. 26.
Cool. You see Strega and Bosch.
Where?
They are near a ship loading something onto it.
What kind of ship? Like a spaceship?
No, like a water ship. Yeah.
What kind of boat ship we looking at?
It's a pretty standard, like there's kind of like a uniform vessel that they like kind of mass produced to move things around because air travel is kind of difficult from continent to continent. The ships, it's pretty unremarkable. There's no real sort of like marking or name. There's like a code designation on it, kind of like a taxi cab or something like that. Like it doesn't have a name like a ship would sort of like in our age, but there is like a little alphanumeric code on it, and you see them wheeling this 8-foot crate into the back of this sort of like loading dock into the hull of a ship.
This sucks because we just killed them. Now, Drago, when was the last time you talked to them? Did they know you fled? Did they think you were doing something else?
Yeah, no, they know I fled.
So when I ask you to go over and talk to them, pretend everything's cool, they're just gonna straight up murder you.
Yeah, no, I said, fuck this shit, I'm out. And then I stole one of their cars.
I am proud of you. I think that's a very non-medium thing to do. I was
Thanks,
wrong.
Man.
I was really wrong about you. That was pretty fucking badass. Especially because, one, the hole in the chest. But I'm very disappointed in you because now my cool plan for right now is in shambles. So next time, just think before you act. Do you know this boat?
Yeah, that's the one we use to like ship and receive stuff. That's the one that like
to and from where?
So they set up like another outpost on one of the islands just outside, but it wasn't like a broadcast outpost.
Drago,
it was where they
these things. You gotta tell us these
I'm
things.
sorry, man. You were talking. The first thing you said to me was that you were going to kill me.
We should have. If you
I
don't
was a
tell
little
us
stressed.
Outposts, you fool.
It's just where the copper cutlasses do like the modifications and stuff. It's like a smuggling thing.
Okay, look, I briefly had respect for you. I want you to know that.
Okay, let's put it on the table. Just so you know, we were hired to get the speakers. We gave them to the copper cutlasses. The copper cutlasses modified them, and then they brought them back. The copper cutlass is sort of like manufacturing, sort of whatever was out there. It's not, as far as I know, not a broadcast thing that we were setting up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Nice and succinct. I take a little picture of the boat and the number and them. How close are we to where Dez is? Because we're in the docks, right? So
yeah, Dez is the far east side. So you would have to like cross through. You can't, if you want to stay completely out of sight, there's so many warehouses and stuff that you could like, and alleys and stuff that you could like creep around and behind, that you don't have to walk down the main street. But Dez is essentially at the gate where you're going to leave to get to the shape slate pools.
Yeah. Can I consider myself 10-minute rested given my long ride?
I'll say like you're your like the car ride, you weren't really doing much on the way back to Durasancta.
How about me? Do I get
No,
my
you've
stamina
been
back?
working very hard. No, I'll give you a 10-minute rest as well. From I assume you guys took a little breather at one point in time. You've been walking for a very long time, so I'll say you guys took a little squat and had a little snack.
That'd be really cool if I had any spells. That would be great. Fuck, I want to get someone to get on their ass. Are there any Estrella or any security or anybody?
Give me a luck check. I will say if there is, it's going to be out in the open.
14.
So there is, you see that there is like because the Estrella outpost is like on the east side as well. So like one of the main Estrella bases is in the docks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a decent presence. And you see there's like 2 guards kind of like just doing a round. They're kind of like high alert because of the bat.
Are there any, like the crate that they wheeled up, what's it made of? Wood?
You can't tell. There's like a big black sort of like canvas sheath over it, but it is on sort of like rolling wheels.
Okay. I need to get my Vlyn back, but I also need to stop these guys. But I guess we're trying to be stealthy-ish. Are there dock workers around?
There's dock workers, and there's also some of the worshippers, like the church people. But they're doing like their weird, like they're standing in the water, like doing their prayer ceremony stuff.
Yeah.
And there's dock workers like everywhere. The day is ending, like the sun is starting to go down. It's almost night, but like there's still plenty of people milling about, finishing up their work.
Yeah, I'll walk over to the guys as they're putting the crate on. If we're in the middle of everybody and there's guards around and there's dock workers and people, I walk over. I'm just like, hey guys, what are you doing? What are you loading on here?
They turn around and for a second they're surprised. Like you see like a visible like, what the fuck? And they look at you and they say, oh, just loading up some precious cargo.
Yeah, what kind of stuff? Where are you off to?
We're not going anywhere.
Well, what's in the box there? Come on, we're old friends now. You can tell me.
Strega sort of like smiles and says, if you're really dying to know, you do not want to miss the opening night of Noise Cave.
Well, no shit, you're going to do something then. Very original, but I do like that you seem to think that was a fun thing to build up to.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you're really dying to know.
Okay.
I think he's saying he's going to kill you at the Noise
Vlyn,
Cave.
you got here. Excellent.
Vlyn's
Let's beat
voice
them.
is just in your head.
And you see Bosch, like, hits Strega and just says, shut up, man, shut up.
So you're not great at fighting. You're not great at, deleting data. You're not great at banter. Yes, you're good at turning into smoke when people beat the shit out of you.
Strega goes, yeah, I guess we are. But did you really beat the shit out of us if we're standing right here?
Well, yes, because you had to go into smoke and run away.
Hey, where's your clothes, dude?
It's a warm evening.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's a warm
Kinda
evening. You obviously don't know fashion.
Oh, we know fashion, and that ain't it.
How about I take that off the crate, the little covering? Wouldn't mind that, would you?
Playing a game of chicken with Dane right now.
Bosch takes a step forward and just says, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't, because maybe you'd have to do something about it in front of all these people and draw a bunch of attention, right? Over to this boat here.
Bosch smiles and says, hey, stop trying to steal our cargo! This guy's trying to steal our cargo! And everyone looks.
I'm standing nowhere near them. I just go, these guys are getting really weird and suspicious, and when I'm just talking to them, I think they might be up to something. I'm gonna roll diplomacy.
Sure.
Damn it. Why is it all the diplomacies I want are bad? That is a 15.
The Estrella guards look over.
You guys know me.
Sorry, man. We got no idea who you are.
We saved the guys from the bat. Remember? I don't know. I was talking to these guys and they got really weird and suspicious about this thing. And then the second I questioned them about it, they started pretending I was stealing it despite I'm not even on the boat. I'm standing over here. Couldn't even lift it. Look at me.
Strega looks at you and goes, here, our paperwork is all in order. And walks over and reaches into their pocket and pulls out like a little tablet thing and hands it to Estrella. They look. Estrella, the guard sort of like rolls their eyes and sighs and says, yeah, you guys get out of here, and points at you and just says, leave them alone. All their stuff's in order.
Okay, well, I guess we'll be seeing you again, shan't we?
Bosch smiles and says, you'll certainly be hearing from us.
Okay. Well, work on that maybe. Like tomorrow, You have a full day to get it together.
They just turn around and wheel their crate up, lock it in place, and then raise the hull, the loading bay.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going.
As you guys are walking away from it, you hear as the ship that they got on begins leaving the dock and sailing out into the water. You get towards those like giant shape-slate pools, sort of like the crisscross networking of little rivers that feed out into the ocean. And when you do, there is a body lying face down in one of the pools. It's not like submerged, but they are in the middle of one of these pools.
I run over and flip them. Do I recognize them?
You sure do. It's Des.
Oh no. Medicine check?
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Like 8.
What I can tell you that is she's alive. She has a pretty gnarly like cut on her eyebrow. It's bleeding pretty badly. She seems to have been hit pretty hard and is unconscious.
Yeah, I like pull her out of the water. Hey, Des. You're okay. Drago, you good at medicine?
He's like, I've got this. And he reaches into his pocket and he's got a small serum of healing.
Perfect. Toss it to me.
He hands it to you.
Jam it into her neck.
Vlyn, you see the last sort of bit of daylight before it disappears on the horizon and night begins at this cave's mouth. And you hear Lacey go, "Oh, thank God." And she hauls ass out to this cave mouth, and it is outside of city limits. You sort of like get your bearings and you can see sort of the Estrella Tower over by the docks. But more importantly, as you get to the cave mouth, you are looking down at the shape-slate pools, and you see 3 figures. One you can definitely recognize as Flit, hunched over the body of a young girl.
Go running.
Lacey joins you. So you have to kind of like slide down this pretty steep cliff down into this like rocky beach that eventually forms into the shape-slate pools. But you guys are hauling ass, and Flit, you see Vlyn and Lacey running as Des is starting to come to. And as she begins to regain consciousness, you feel a like hand press up against your chest and throw you.
I was helping!
As a big black, swirly hand throws you about like 20 feet away, and you kind of hit the ground and roll a little bit as Drago runs over to you and is just like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, it's just her chest hand. It happens.
As Vlyn and Lacey rejoin you and Drago, Flit, you see Des sit up with sort of wide eyes, and she says, "Oh, we're so fucked. They've got the bat."
What?
All My Best Friends Are Digital is a podcast about video games and the stories they tell. Every week we cover a retro title,
where Mark finds a way to bring up Terry Bogard or aspect ratios,
and Caitlin grudgingly acknowledges that there are games other than Square RPGs.
We do a feature review of a recent release and also chat about what we've been playing lately. We love the stories and memorable characters that video games bring us.
Garrus Vakarian will never love you the way he loves me.
Sometimes a little too much. Join us every week for All My Best Friends Are Digital,
wherever you find your podcasts.